So my friends, welcome once again to Faith Walk 101. Burden free. Everybody wants to be burden free, right? Who wants problems? Nobody. We talked in our last lesson about how we must come to Christ. He's asking us in Matthew chapter 11, verse 28 through 30. He says, come. He's offering this invitation all those who are burdened and weary. So he's asking us to come to him. So Jesus is calling. He's making this invitation to you. Will you respond? Is the question. You respond. Most people respond probably because we are weary. We have been burdened. And usually when we're like that, we're looking for help. And that's the invitation. He says, all you who are weary and burdened, are you tired of man-made promises? They offer no real assurance of peace and rest, do they? Even though people are pursuing it. But Jesus so gently and calmly says, come to him, and he'll remove those burdens. Give it all to him. So Jesus says, I will give you rest. Jesus says, you don't have to buy it. Nope, you don't have to buy it. He already paid the price for it. You don't even have to work for it. He did all the work. He paid the price. So if you have come, then that means you want to hear what Jesus has to say. And so, my friends, if you're here, if you've come to Christ, then you want to hear what he has to say. Okay. So it's time to listen. Listen to what Christ is saying. So we're learning so that we can apply the power of his word to our lives. And so that's why we're listening. We want to apply because he says, I will give you rest. And that's what we want. So we're applying his word so that we can live it out. And that's what gives us the peace. We're going to live it out amongst those around us. So when we live what we have learned, you know what happens? We rest on his promises. All we have to do is apply what we've learned. It's come, listen, learn, apply. And that's what we're doing. We come to him, we're listening to his instructions because he says by doing this, this is how we get the rest. He says, learn of me. And then as we learn, we're going to apply these things to our lives. What good would it do to learn it and not apply it? But all around us is trouble, isn't it? We see trouble everywhere. And so God, he wants us burden free from the cares of this world. We're going to have trouble, guaranteed. But he wants us to know that we can find rest in him. Then how can we, you and I, find rest and have peace when there's trouble just pressing in on us at all sides? How can we find this peace? Well, he says, this is what I want you to do. Take my yoke. Be bound with me. Be one, because you cannot do this alone. So that's what he's offering. He says, take my yoke. He says, I want to take this on for you. And that's what being yoked together is being one with him. So Jesus asks you to come and to hear, and so here you are, here we are. He asked us to come and we've come to him. He asks you to listen and you're listening. So far we are responding to everything that he has asked. He asked us to come, he asked us to listen. Now he's asking us to be one with him and be in agreement, just submit to his word. So he knows you're not strong enough. He knows that we are not strong enough to do life on our own. My friend, let me ask you, why are you trying? You cannot do it on your own. We need Jesus Christ. And so this burden is just too great for us. We cannot do this on our own. All we have to do is look at what's happening in the world. We see all the mental health challenges that's happening in our world today. You know why? Because people cannot do it on their own. And so people are, a lot of people attaching themselves to man-made promises that really offer no real assurance of peace of rest. That's what Christ is asking us to come to him. He's asking us to be one with him. He's asking, he knows that we're not strong enough. And so he said this burden that we're experiencing, that people are experiencing without him, it is too great for you. It's too great for anyone. And we're just seeing that with the breakdown in our society of people who are really struggling with mental health issues. So he wants us to learn directly from him. That is in the Word of God. He says, come and learn of me. He wants us to learn, get our information from him. He's the creator of all this, so he knows. So he's the creator of this world, and he knows what the problem is. He knows what our problems are. And that's why he says, I want you to come. You see, the problems that you're having is in your soul. And so we're going to talk about that in our next lesson. What's really going on in our soul. What the soul is and how it works according to the Bible. But we're also going to talk more about resting in him, because it's so important that while we're living in this world, that we are able to rest in him by applying the Word of God to our lives. Thank you, my friends, and I hope this lesson has been encouraging to you. And continue to drop us those lines for encouragement, and as we encourage one another on Faith Walk 101. Thank you.